LoveLine is meant for an adult audience. LoveLine may contain sexually oriented content. Listener discretion is advised.
Adam Carolla, Dr. Drew.
I'm not modeling anymore for the two of you.
LoveLine.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. Hey, it's LoveLine. Andy, this show's a rich tradition of guests speaking the exact moment the mics heat up, and of Drew urging them on, usually, in some sort of debate. It's LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. Fax number, 310-854-4455. Dr. Drew is a board-certified physician and addiction medicine specialist. Tonight our Oh, boy. Tonight our guest is Andy Lauer. Andy, of course, you know from all those seasons on Caroline in the City, and now co-starring in Gunshy. And what were you saying right as we went on the air, Andy, by the way?
Okay, I know you have a lot of affiliates. Do you know how many affiliates you have?
No. 50, 60, 65 maybe?
60, 65, right.
I think.
It's about 60, 68.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, about.
All right, well, that's pretty good.
Advantage of our show. It's great.
Yeah, how do you know?
Because I've got some pals in Austin that are in the business school, and I have to say hello to them. Specifically, Dan Self, he wanted me to wish his girlfriend, Michelle, a happy, that he's really in love.
How does he know how many affiliates we have?
He doesn't. I asked your peoples to send a thing if you guys were in Austin, and indeed you are, which is a really cool town.
We've spoken there.
Yeah, Austin is cool and sort of on the rise.
K-Rocks.
Yeah. What?
K-Rocks, that's the name of the affiliate. That's
the
name of the station.
Yeah, we know that. We know all our affiliates,
Don't you
right,
know
Drew?
that?
Yeah, we knew we were in Austin. Listen, we don't get caught up in this whole star stuff with the affiliates and whatnot.
Sure, no, stay local. Start local, think local.
Yes, that's what we do. And we don't really know what stations we're on, to be perfectly fair.
Right, Drew just handed you a cake, but I actually brought...
What'd you bring, Andy?
Ice cream.
Nice. All right, a la mode.
There you are.
That's it. We're
Right.
putting the apple pie in the microwave. Ooh, Andy brought individual sundaes.
Well, there's 5, so engineer and producer get one.
Wow.
Not bad.
That is really touching.
Food bribe.
All right, well, just for that, I'm going to plug Andy's projects. Not only is he in Gunshy, which is currently out, but he's also has written and directed a short about 2 American students who run into Cuban refugees. How the hell did you come up with that idea?
I lived in Jamaica, and I used to go to Cuba all the time.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How far is Jamaica from Cuba?
Yeah, it's about an hour plane ride by Air Cubana, which Aeroflots from circa 1950s. So in a decent plane like the plane that Dr. Drew owns, one of the Learjets, it would probably take just under 30.
The one that you saw out in the parking lot?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not bad.
Very nice.
Drew's moving up.
All right, so this is now when you say a short, what is a short? Is that 20 minutes? Is that a half hour? How long is your average short?
They like them to be 20 minutes, and this is just right in there. Actually, it's a film about raising consciousness for Cuban refugees.
I know you want to talk about that, but I'm more interested in the duration of it, which is a feature-length film is like somewhere around 90 minutes and up or somewhere in there, right?
Ideally, yeah.
And then there's a short, which is about 20 minutes.
Sure.
Is there any mid-length anything? Is there anything that's 45 minutes? Is there any category that's an hour or 50 minutes?
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No. Those go something 40 minutes or 60 minutes would be a really long short, way too long. And if it was a full-length feature, it would be a really short full-length.
Right. So it'd either be a tall short or a short long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. And let's talk about Gunshy.
Okay.
You go ahead. I haven't seen it because I've been out of the country.
Oh, it's a hoot. It's a very dark, black, deep comedy. So much so that I didn't know that it was a comedy when I read it.
Oh, that's Liam Neeson and the beautiful what the hell's her name? Sandra Bullock, right? Or Sandra Bullock.
Right, I think it's Sandra.
Yeah, pretty.
Sandra Bullock and Oliver Platt. He's
funny.
The thing about Liam, Liam's a great guy, really lousy soccer player.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
With that accent, he's a bad soccer player?
I know you'd think.
Really? Yeah, I just figure everyone from a foreign country is a good soccer player.
Right, born with a ball on their foot.
At least they all claim to be. But I guess if I moved abroad, I would claim I was the world's greatest baseball player or something.
Sure.
Why not? Who's going to challenge you?
Who's going to test that? 'Cause
Right.
there really is no baseball.
Right. So horrible soccer player, good actor, nice guy.
Yeah, and she's her.
Is she nice?
Yeah, she's nice, but she was producing as well, so she was either really great or like a total bitch
Oh, so she was cracking the whip a little bit.
when she had to.
Well, I mean, she's paying for some of this stuff, right?
She's paying for major,
Right.
a lot of it. Not paying, but she put it all together.
I'll tell you, I swear to God, if I was paying for a movie and I came around and a bunch of Teamsters and Grips were hanging around craft service,
Which they were.
costing me, $17,000 an hour or something, I'd be cracking the whip too.
You have to. It's
Yeah.
it's if you're producing, then you got to be a cracker.
Elaine, hey, I cracked the whip and I'm in no way involved in any show that I'm working on.
Cracking away, having trouble getting home. We looked for you all over the Cincinnati airport yesterday.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes.
I was getting drunk.
We, of course, missed our flight.
Oh, you did?
Oh, yes. And then missed the next one.
Yeah, I missed mine too.
And then did the whole same thing all over again from the previous night, running to the goddamn event with 5 minutes to go. And, got old man Moses driving my car. I'm in Missouri. College is in sight. Ho, Sonny, look what's happening. Look what's a-coming. A coal train.
Oh, really?
Coal train. The car, 5 minutes ago, the school was within sight. And I thought, this is a message from God.
Drew.
Coal train. I go, sir, how long are these trains? Oh, about a mile and a half.
Drew and I were in Lexington, Kentucky yesterday morning. You heard me bitch about it on the air. We we had to drive from Lexington to Cincinnati, and that's when we went our own ways.
We went running.
Drew went running one way, I went
Divide and
running the other
conquer.
way, and he was trying to get to
St. Louis.
and I was trying to get to Chicago. And how long did you stay around the Cincinnati airport?
2 hours.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could have hooked up.
Yeah.
I just went to the bar and just immediately started drowning myself. Elaine,
Yes,
you're 28.
I am.
I'll tell you, I had this weird thought. Granted, I was drunk and on the plane, but I thought, I wouldn't mind just going to random airports around the country, sitting at some bar and getting loaded.
Well, why didn't you come up to Miami? If you
Actually, I
were-
have been doing
Just
that.
did
You're
that
right.
for
Yeah.
2 days.
Okay. You're
Yeah,
right.
Had it not been for in Lexington, we started screaming at me. Yeah, I had a great example of how your psychology works.
Which is?
We're chatting, we're bonding, we're talking. All of a sudden, things don't go Adam's way. Drew, this is,
Ain't so pretty anymore.
this is your fault, you a-hole.
Well, it's true. Elaine?
Yes.
All right, so what's up?
Okay, I'm 28.
Mm-hmm.
The guy I've been seeing him for a year, a little over a year now.
How old is he?
He's 25.
Cold train.
We exchanged presents last year on Valentine's Day,
Yeah.
and this year I sort of mentioned it because I had to work today on Valentine's Day to save like a day later in the week for me so we could celebrate. And he said that he wasn't going to get me anything. I shouldn't get him anything. Not to expect anything for Valentine's Day because we're not going to celebrate it this year. It's the principle of the matter, he says.
What is the principle?
Well, he says it's against his faith.
What's his faith?
Oh, he's Greek Orthodox. I did look it up, and they do not celebrate. They don't believe that Valentinius was a saint. So they don't believe in Saint Valentine.
Yeah.
Right?
Is-
But he believes in premarital sex.
Yeah. maybe.
Hello.
Right.
Doesn't say anything about that in the Greek Orthodox.
With that.
Now, what about last year?
Oh, yeah, we exchanged gifts last year.
Right.
That's the thing.
Did he become Greek Orthodox in the last year?
No.
Did he become consummated in this relationship as a result of being a nice guy last year?
No.
No.
You know what I'm asking?
Dude,
Did
What are you asking?
Did you put out last year because he got
yeah.
you some flowers?
Yeah.
Right.
I put out last year. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, he knows you put out now, so why buy the flowers?
Oh, do you think that's it?
yeah,
Oh,
done
yes.
deal.
Part
I
of
got a
it.
Christmas gift.
Yeah, but
Greeks celebrate Christmas.
he knew you were going to get him something. That's all. Hey, Elaine.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't put that much stock in this one. I'm worried about it a little bit.
All right.
Let me ask you something. Is every day Valentine's Day in your relationship?
Oh, hell no.
No, it should be.
Walk.
Either he's telling you something,
Take a walk.
or he's a big a-hole. One of
Oh,
those.
hey, Adam, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
How's your relationship with your mother?
It's all right.
I just wondered because, like, whenever a female calls in, you ask how their relationship with their father is.
Right.
You never ask the guys how their relationship with their mother is.
No, I was asking a...
yes.
No, if you were listening to the show last night, and I don't know if you were, but a guy called up, said he had 2 girlfriends, a 14-year-old and a 17-year-old, and he was sort of mean to both of them. And I said to him, what do you think of your mom? Where's your mom?
Okay.
Did
See,
you-
this doesn't happen often, right?
Well, here's the reality. We have more women calling up with guy issues than we do guys with women issues.
That's true. Guys call up about themselves, and women call up about the guys. Yeah.
Right. Guys call up and they go, I got cauliflower growing out of my penis.
Yeah.
And girls call up and go, my boyfriend's got cauliflower growing out of his penis.
Really what it is a guy calls up, am I big enough? Do I last long enough? I've got cauliflower.
Right.
And the girls are calling up, how could they be like this? Why are they like that? What are they all about?
But also, I do think that there's a more direct connection between a young female's relationship with her father and her relationships than there is a guy, his relationship with his mother and his current relationship. Not that there's not that there's no connection.
Right.
It's more like one's 90% and the other's 65%.
It's just a little more transparent.
Or it's so deep we don't really care.
That's right.
Mom, I'm so mad at you. I am so mad at you, Mom.
What the hell did you get that? Tom?
Oh, boy.
Tom. Caller goes by the name Tom. You're 17. What's up?
Oh, hi.
Yeah.
I read in a magazine. It's they're these diet pills, I guess, that are supposed to blast away fat.
Well, of course they work.
While you
Yes.
sleep.
Yeah.
You know it works because they show that computer drawing of the fat chick and then the same computer drawing
and
of the
fat
chick
cells dissolving.
with the exploding. What do you mean absolving? I mean dissolving. Go ahead, Tom.
So it does. It really does work.
Oh, Tom.
Yeah. Tom, you're 17. How much you weigh?
No, I mean it's not me. I weigh like 200 pounds, but I mean my friend's on them.
Yeah.
And
You're fat.
He's 350.
Right.
And he wants to start taking these, and he asked me today if he should take them.
No.
What should he
Don't
do?
be ridiculous.
Well, what should he do?
You
Drew?
should see a dietitian and start exercising and take care of this properly.
But Dr. Drew, didn't they do a whole placebo, a whole test with these pills? They must have. Where they give 10 guys placebos,
What
10
pill?
people...
You can say anything you want.
You can?
You can say anything you want.
You mean on like his
kidding?
diet pills?
Oh,
But is
anything
it
you want.
distributed by Merck or another
Of
pharmaceutical
course not.
company?
Of course not. You need a prescription for that.
So this is just
Oh, these are over-the-counter...
Yeah. These are something we read about in a magazine.
right.
You
And it's
can say anything
what
you
is it usually? Just a little speed?
Ma Wang or something. Is okay. Well, actually, the
Wang.
what's that stuff that does work a little bit, but it's not good for you? There is one out there that does.
Fen?
No, that works too, but you don't want to take that.
Jamie?
There is no free lunch out there, man. I'm telling you. If it works to suppress your appetite, there will be a side effect.
It's I'll tell you what it takes: discipline and hard work. Drew,
Yep.
why don't you heat up the pie? So we got it during the break.
And the ice cream's cold.
That's right. Jamie,
Yeah.
you're 15. What's up?
I noticed a couple weeks ago that I have these white bumps growing around my penis, like by the head, and I'm uncircumcised, and I know that can't be an STD because I haven't had sex.
Those are the pearly penile papules.
Oh, yeah, I heard you talking about them
Mm-hmm.
before on a earlier show.
Yeah.
How do you get rid of them?
You don't.
You don't?
What do you do?
Huh?
They're normal.
Do they go away?
No, they're normal.
Well, how come some people get them and some people don't?
Because.
Okay.
Just because.
Hey, Jamie,
Yeah.
you're you can now refer to your penis as the studded wonder.
Work with it.
Yeah,
Make it work.
that's right.
Sunflower.
You get lemons, you make lemonade, right into the toilet. All right, Jamie.
Have sex in the dark, man.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
You're fine.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Trevor,
Yeah.
you're 17. What's up? Trevor,
Yeah.
ask your question, please.
I'm not 17.
14.
Oh,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry. Go ahead.
I am bisexual, and my parents don't know about it. And
You're 14. How do you know that's what you are?
Yeah.
just because, well, I don't know. I guess I know.
Probably has something to do with the locker room.
Have you been with a guy?
No, I haven't, but I've had dreams about guys before, and
Yeah.
you know.
You ever hang around the gymnasium?
And You've had dreams about guys, and you lust after guys.
Yeah.
What about women?
I do like women too, though. Yeah.
Okay, Trevor, just calm down. This will sort itself out one way or another as time goes along. Okay?
Theoretically.
And in that time, if you do find your feelings one way or the other, it's totally cool, man. No skin off your back. I mean, it's how you're feeling. Don't try to, quash those feelings. Just talk to some friends. Find someone that you can talk to about it, and it's normal. What you're going through is normal.
Hey, Trevor. Everything okay at home?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why do you hesitate?
Well, because I've had problems with my mom before, but...
What's the matter?
I think, it's okay right now.
What's the problem?
Well, we've had, like arguments before, but nothing, like, really big.
All right. Dad around?
Yeah.
Nobody monkey with you?
No.
Adam, anybody monkey with you?
Let me see. So what's today? Tuesday?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Monday? No. Trevor, anyone monkey around with you?
No.
Okay. So everything's good.
Yeah.
You'll figure this
All
out
right.
as time goes along. Do
Don't
not
worry
do
about
not
it.
announce to anybody. This is normal kinds of feelings at your age. Just you'll figure it out as we go along here. All right.
Enjoy the locker room.
Okay, and also, because...
Trevor does a lot of sighing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, because of this, I'm really depressed, like, all the time.
No
Well,
kidding.
that's more the issue, is that you're depressed. That is
Yeah.
not, that really does not have much to do with your sexual identity. It's not.
Yeah. And, I've talked to my mom about being depressed, and, I asked her if I could, go on something that would, go on some sort of drug that would help me with my depression.
Yeah.
And I'm going to a counselor.
Good.
But she said that she won't let me. And I was wondering if there was any way I could...
Won't let you do what?
Go on the drugs?
That's not her choice.
Well, why don't you talk it over with your counselor?
Yeah, talk to the counselor. If they think you need to see somebody, you have your right to get health care without anybody else's involvement.
He'll make a wonderful artist.
Also,
someday.
he would be good at drdrew.com and the chats and the depression chats. We get lots of support for people who have this sort of thing. You'd be surprised how many people come around and help you out with it.
Oh, every 14-year-old is confused.
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
You're 20. What's up?
Well,
Oh, we're giving away free condoms, too.
me and my girlfriend, we've been together for about a year and a half. And about 2 weeks ago, we found out she was pregnant. And they did an ultrasound and everything, and they found that the baby was too small for the time that it should, how big it should be. It's too small. They also found a small cyst on one of her ovaries.
All right.
And then the doctor was doing a lot of blood work and stuff, and he found that her hormone level was too low.
What's your question?
And my question is, he advised us to terminate the pregnancy.
Okay.
And it's just we're having a tough time making that decision whether to terminate the pregnancy or to go through with it.
What did they tell you would happen if you tried to go through with it?
Well, they said that, it wouldn't be healthy for her. She would have either serious complications during the pregnancy or, she would miscarry the baby along the way anyway.
All right.
Which is what's going to happen.
Chris, this is a sign from God saying get an abortion.
This is not
you
even
got
an
a big
abortion.
thumbs
This,
up.
this is not an abortion. This
How about
is
get a second opinion?
a second opinion, but this isn't even an abortion. This is just helping things along. This is something that's going to abort spontaneously.
And another thing, and
Yeah.
it's just real hard with, like, her mom and stuff. It's a real she's real religious. Her mother is, and to her, it's.
Is there a
not
heart?
right.
Is there a heartbeat?
Yeah, they found a heartbeat.
Okay.
Are you guys aren't married though, right?
No, we're not married.
Do you want the child?
Yeah, I mean, when we first found out about it, of course we were, shocked and a little disappointed. But I mean, after she went to the doctor and there was a heartbeat and everything, I mean, we were actually excited,
Yeah.
And then we find this out, and it's just, tough to take.
Well, why don't you get a second opinion?
I don't know. I mean,
Hey, looking at you guys, intrauterine growth retardation, low progesterone
All
levels.
right,
it's-
listen.
yeah.
All right, Chris, listen. You'll be pushing this kid around in a shopping cart and well into his 30s. Maybe just get the abortion. And,
Well-
and you guys will have another kid in a few years. You'll be better off financially. You'll be done with welding college or whatever the hell's going on, and you'll be in a better position. You guys will be married.
yeah,
I know it's disappointing, but I'm telling you, you're 20. How old is she?
she's 19.
Yeah, I mean, you guys both will be in a much better position a few years down the road anyway.
And they're not giving you casual advice.
Plus, you should be married.
Yeah, that's true.
And you know about her mom with the religion and all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's going to factor in. And yeah, I don't think a doctor would tell you to get an abortion unless there were some serious things up with the fetus there. So, okay, Chris?
Alrighty.
I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Take care.
Bye.
We're going to take ourselves a little break. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. Gun-Shy is the movie he's promoting. We got ourselves some pie and ice cream to eat.
Courtesy of FHM magazine, right?
They brought the pie, but Andy brought the ice
Andy
cream.
brought the ice cream.
Okay, so Drew, why don't you put the pie in the microwave? Because we should heat it up a little.
Not with that metal on it.
I'll tell you.
Problems.
Somebody, microwaves have been around for coming on 20, 25 years now. They still have not worked out the metal in the microwave problem.
Wait, you guys can solve every sexual problem in the book, but you can't solve a tin.
Drew, you can transfer this. Look, I'm lifting it out of the tin.
Hey.
Now, you run ahead. Go ahead, Drew.
Thank you.
You go ahead, put the pie in the microwave, put it on a plate, and Andy and I will get some spoons, and we'll start the party after this.
We about to get funky, yo.
This is LoveLine. 1-800-LOVE-191.
Oh, we'll be right back.
Yes, it is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew over there. Phone number, 1-800-LOVE-191. And our guest tonight is Andy Lauer. Andy, you know, from many years on Caroline in the City. And now from Gun-Shy. New movie just out a week and a half ago or something. Sandra Bullock, Liam Neeson.
It's the #1 Sandra Bullock, Liam Neeson film out right now.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
That's quite a distinction.
Jamming.
Andy is Andy we've had on the TV and the radio, and well, that's all you can do on our show. So, and he brought ice cream, so he's in our good graces. Kim?
Yeah.
You're 16. What's up?
Yes. I've been reading a book about self-mutilation, and there was a little passage in it about trichotillomania, which is pulling out your own hair.
Mm-hmm.
And it caught my attention because I've been pulling out my own hair for the past 4 years. And I wasn't aware that it was a form of self-mutilation.
Well,
I can't find any more information about it. I went online.
It's really more conceptualized as an obsessive-compulsive disorder.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it can be part of depression. It can be part of other personality issues.
Hey, if you can do your bikini area, it's not a problem. Is it, Drew? I mean, you think about it.
Skill.
If you take that and you aim it in the right direction, then you got yourself a gig.
Take some practice.
Put a couple Asian women out of work.
I beg your pardon?
All right. Kim?
Mm-hmm.
You always pull it out of your head, right?
And my head and
Eyelashes,
my eyebrows and my eyelashes.
Yeah. Wish I should do that with my brow.
I was staying.
Thin it up a little.
I'm looking at you and I'm thinking.
Yeah, I could use a little of that trichotillomania there in the eyebrow,
Just
right?
right in the middle, especially.
Just in the middle so it wouldn't connect.
Stay on the line.
And drive a golden spike on the bridge of my nose to connect my two brows for you.
Well, Kim, do you take medication for it?
No.
There's medication that's very effective for that, if it's really a big deal.
I'm kind of wary about taking medication.
You got in therapy?
No.
Why aren't you doing something about it? It's a sign that there's something really going on here.
Okay.
Hey, listen, also, you can stop, you know.
Right. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All these years.
Yeah, Kim, don't bother calling.
Kim, just pick yourself down to a nub, all right? We don't care.
Okay.
All right. Enjoy.
You know, I've got this friend of mine. She asked me to ask a sex question that I have to because she's having this problem. She can pleasure herself in a minute flat, but she cannot get others to pleasure her.
At
and
all?
she loves it.
Anyway?
It's happened twice, and she's 27, 28.
Mm-hmm. She can. She's had 2 orgasms with a man.
Yeah.
In her career, but she can do it to herself on a nightly basis.
Bada
in,
boom.
Under a minute.
Yeah.
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 And is there any technique that she uses that the guy can't use? I mean, does it involve a
Technology?
bathtub or vibrator or anything like that?
Toys?
It does.
Just not so sure about that. I probably does use something, but I'm really not sure. I was thinking.
So you don't know whether she uses a vibrator or not? Is that what you're saying?
I'm sure she probably uses some tool or something, but
Right.
isn't the good old finger just?
Well,
Man can't compete
here's
with
why
technology.
we're asking. Yeah, because if she's using a vibrator and obviously the guy does not show up armed with a vibrator, then you got a little
she's
problem.
used to a certain way to get off.
Well, or it desensitizes her, or that's just what she needs.
We do talk to a lot of women, though, who do masturbate in the bathtub by letting the water run on them, or who use a vibrator or what have you, and then they get with a guy, and obviously the guy cannot compete with 30,000 gallons an hour coming through a
Of
drain.
water pressure.
Right.
Forget about it.
Right.
So doesn't she have to, like, more or less guide her partner to the?
Yes.
To the tub or to the drawer or whatever it is, or she should start weaning herself off of whatever technology she's using to have the orgasm.
Right, less me, more you.
Right. All right. Where is she? You want me to talk to her?
She's
She attractive?
Yeah, she's great. She's wonderful.
She's listening?
I
You have
think
to
she
say
is.
that.
So hello out there to you.
Shannon?
Yeah.
You're 23. What's up?
I'm on Celexa for depression.
Yeah.
And ever since I've been on it, I have no sex drive whatsoever.
That's the most common problem or side effect with the serotonin reuptake inhibitors. So it's,
Well, my question
so it's
is...
Alexa, Zoloft, Paxil, Prozac, they all do that.
Yeah, I heard you talking the other night about how there's some that don't do that.
Cerazone, Remron, Wellbutrin.
Okay. Well, my question is, what happens? I have a sexual rendezvous coming up, and I have no sex drive, and that's pretty depressing to me. What would happen if I stopped taking it for like a week and then went back on it? Is that a
Why
really
don't you
bad
talk
idea?
to your doctor about this side effect you're having that you shouldn't be having? Celexa is a relatively weak antidepressant.
What's going on with the sexual rendezvous coming up? Is
I have a sexual rendezvous. Isn't that a good thing?
I guess. Yeah. How does that work?
It means...
Internet? Charlie Sheen rolling into
No.
town? How's it go?
No, it means you meet a person, and then you say, we're going to meet up here and have sex.
You do?
Rendezvous, man.
Yeah.
You've been off the market too long, Adam.
No kidding. What the hell? Where'd you meet this person?
In Vegas,
And you live where?
Los Angeles,
And where do they live?
New York.
Why didn't you have the rendezvous?
Why don't you just get it on in Vegas?
Because I'm not that kind of girl.
Oh, did you have a rendezvous
You're
in
a clean
Vegas?
girl.
I had to make him wait a little bit, right?
You did?
Yeah.
So you met it? Well, yeah, sure. You're so stuffed full of that Celexa. You're not horny. You just want to go gamble.
I know, but see, I've only been on the Celexa for a couple of weeks.
When did you meet the guy in Vegas?
Like 6 weeks ago.
All right. So you met him in Vegas. You spent a couple days with him. You had a nice time.
Yeah.
And how do you know it's a sexual rendezvous? Shouldn't you be calling it something else?
No, that's what it is.
I know, but I thought you're supposed to call it something else.
Why?
That's your job.
I don't know.
if she actually calls it what it is, it's fine.
I'm okay with that. I'm
Where do you guys?
not ashamed.
Where do you guys meet in Nebraska or something? Where do
No.
you go?
Just somewhere to have a good time.
Is he coming out to L.A.?
No.
You're going out to New York?
No, we're meeting someplace else.
Chicago.
Hey, listen, Lardo. You're making me sick. I'm tired of talking to you. Where are you meeting?
San Francisco.
All right. There you go.
So is that a bad idea, Drew, to take a...
It's a bad idea to screw around with your medications.
Okay.
Talk to the doctor. They can add Wellbutrin. Sometimes that takes care of it. Maybe switch over to one of the other ones.
Okay.
It's a relatively, actually, it's a very short-acting antidepressant, so it's out of your system very quickly. But don't do anything on your own. There's a reason you were put on the medication.
Yeah.
Depression kills 15% of people of the 20 million every year that get it.
Well, they kill themselves, to be more
Yeah.
succinct. All right there, Shannon.
Thank you.
Have fun getting it on in Frisco.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye.
Wow, sexual rendezvous. Jill,
Yes,
you're 26. What's up?
I'm 26, actually.
26?
Dr. Drew, I have a question.
Uh-oh.
When
Are you high?
I still want Adam's body.
You do? What do you want to do with it?
But with Dr. Drew's
Play
head.
with it.
Draw and quarter it.
Yeah, I mean, when people say they want my body, I think they mean my corpse, right?
Oh, it's all awesome. Everything's just fine. I'm having a problem, though. I need both of your guys' advice. I actually didn't even think I'd get through, but my cousin Jonathan helped me.
Hey, Jill.
Yeah.
Are you drunk?
Oh, yeah.
Am I drunk?
Yeah.
I don't drink.
When you're high.
No, I don't.
No, it's not pot.
Before 10 in the morning.
Heroin?
Oh, that's gross. No, that's belittling.
What are you on?
I'm not on anything.
You're just like this all the time?
But listen, no, actually, I'm a little depressed because it's Valentine's Day, and I just moved from Moab. I live in Salt Lake, Utah, and I just moved from back here from Moab. Everybody wants me. I've had 4 people in the last 2 months asking me to marry them, and nobody is around. And this is like, wait, I think they're using me. And I even made dinner and everything. I had 4 dates going on tonight, and none of them showed up.
What a surprise.
Well, the guy that asked me to marry him, his brakes went out. He decided to go back home, which I don't know what he's tripping on.
Well, it's that happens. A man's brakes go out and you coast home. There's
No,
nothing
I
you can do.
told him I'm glad, that it was okay, but I was disappointed. And then in the process, my other lover guy calls and he doesn't want to come over.
His clutch went out?
Huh?
Okay. Hey, Jill?
Yes?
Boy, I'll tell you, I'm closing my eyes. I'm not getting a pretty picture here.
No, things suck.
All right, you have all your teeth?
Oh, of course.
You do? Where do you keep them?
In my mouth.
They just roll around? Jill, what do? I'm picturing you next to a counter somewhere.
On a counter?
Yeah.
Actually, I'm sitting in my living room.
I think she's a dancer.
No, I mean
For work.
For a living.
You're overweight.
Oh, I deal with customer service.
Where at?
Huh?
What kind of place?
Oh, do I have to tell you the name?
Yeah. Just give us the type of business.
Well, it's kind of fast food, but not really.
Medium fast food?
It's good food. It's better than Subway.
Right. It's a nice step up. You mean
Yeah.
Be like El Pollo Loco or something, like a classy place?
No, everything's fine.
Okay. All right, Jill, so your problem is you got a lot of guys after you.
Well, yeah, and
That's
I don't know
right.
what all of them want. They always want to ask me questions about what I expect out of them. It's like, I'm not expecting nothing, man. Just be cool.
All right. Jill,
Why
you don't
not?
Jill,
What?
you don't have any kids, do you?
I don't have any children. I've never been married.
Good. That's
There.
number one priority.
And, well, my other priority I need to do is go to college.
Yeah, that's right.
There
I
you are.
work too much.
Go to college.
There you go.
Don't have any kids.
Well, I used to teach also, and I don't know now. I'm thinking
What,
maybe I'm too old to go to college.
What did you teach?
Actually, kindergarten
Wow.
and first. Then I would substitute for the other teachers, so like 2nd grade to
All right.
7th
You get back in college, Jill, and don't you worry about the boys. It'll work its way out.
You think everybody says if you're not.
All right.
That was one of those calls. 1 + 1 didn't equal 2.
Right. If she wasn't loaded, she's like a head injury patient.
Maybe I ought to give her that choice.
Hey, you guys, I've been listening.
Yeah.
And you've been doing a lot of betting, a lot of wagering.
Not lately.
It's
Not
been-
lately.
Well, we did some gambling a week ago, I think.
Right.
You want to do some gambling?
I brought my
tonight?
money. Yeah, I brought
Oh,
my
you
money.
did? All right, let's see if we can do some gambling on one of these calls through. Jessica,
Yeah?
you're 14?
Yeah.
Ooh, we got that.
My friend was shot in the head a couple months ago and he died. And lately
Perfectly normal,
Huh?
perfectly healthy.
How was he shot? What happened?
I don't know. They haven't told us anything, but I think he got into a fight and a guy pulled a gun on.
What do you mean? How come they don't tell you anything?
Because we don't. I don't know.
It's under investigation.
Yeah.
Well, where was it?
It was in. I don't know. It was by some apartments.
Okay.
All right. You guys pretty tight?
I knew him for a couple of months in September, but I went out everywhere with him, so I didn't really know him that well. But there's been a continuations of bad things that have been happening.
Hold on a second.
Hold on 1 second. It's like my friend got shot. What happened? I don't know. Where was it? I don't know.
By some apartments.
It was by an apartment. First off, everything's by an apartment.
How well do you know this guy?
Well,
Not that well.
Well, not that well.
That's
Except for we went everywhere together. Okay. She paints a very vivid picture. Jessica,
Yeah.
you went everywhere together?
Well, he would walk me to places and stuff.
But you didn't know him.
No, I know. We were friends, but it was just weird.
Same school?
Yeah.
Why would he walk you everywhere?
I don't know. We were really good friends.
You were really good friends.
Well, I didn't really know him like best friends. I just knew him since.
Oh my God.
God. Do you see what's going on in this country? Do you see what's happening to our educational system? I mean, I'm stupid, but I can talk. I know what people are asking me. I understand when I'm not making sense. I mean, even when I'm drunk and on a plane, I understand when I'm not making sense. Okay, maybe you're right. Jessica.
Yeah.
We're still trying to get to the part where you have a relationship with this guy, and we can't figure out what it was.
What the nature of this is.
He walked you everywhere. You were great friends, but you weren't very good friends, and you didn't exactly know what he was doing.
But you went everywhere, but you have no idea who he is.
No, I know everything about him. It's just that it was only a couple of months.
Okay, so you really like this guy. A, it's kind of our heart goes out to you, and B, isn't this the point where you say, what's the question?
Yes. What's the question?
Oh, how do I deal with my anger about self-mutilating myself?
Well, did you start after he was shot?
No. See, I've done it. I did it in 8th grade. I was self-mutilating myself, but
All right. Hold on, Jessica. Okay. We're going for the wallets. All right?
Perfect.
Jessica?
Uh-huh.
We're gambling. Okay?
Okay.
All right. No sooner does Andy Lauer ask about
Show up.
wanting to gamble.
Boom, you show
then
up.
we go for the wallet. All right, Jessica?
Yeah.
Hang on a second.
Just a minute.
I don't mean to be so tough on you. I know you've suffered a
And
tragic...
preface, really sorry about your friend.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
It's just we're not exactly sure how good of friends you were, and that's why we're not as sympathetic as we could be.
Okay.
But hang on. All right, so your friend was shot in the head and killed. How old was your friend?
16.
16. And it was out in front of some apartments. You're self-mutilating, but you have been self-mutilating for quite some time.
Yeah.
But you're doing it more now after your friend was shot.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on a second. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. We're going to do a little gambling when we come back.
What's up? LoveLine will be right back.
Yes, it is LoveLine. I'm Adam Carolla. That is Dr. Drew. Over there, phone number 1-800-LOVE-191. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. You know him from Carolina in the City all those years, and now Gun Shy in a nice big fat feature-length film.
And happy Valentine's Day to my love, Melissa.
And all the other lovers listening out there in Radio Land. We, when we left off, we were talking about gambling on Jessica. Jessica's 14. She has herself a 16-year-old friend who was shot and killed tragically. And the reason we don't sound as sympathetic as we could is because we couldn't really figure out her relationship with the person.
We couldn't really establish a relationship. It just was not. Didn't get
They knew each other well over the last few months, and they walked around everywhere. But she didn't know where he was shot or who shot him or what happened. And she couldn't quite, wasn't her boyfriend, and she couldn't quite give us too many details on that. But that aside, she mutilates on herself, and she's been doing it since the 8th grade. She's got that little girl voice. She's 14 years old. Let's let the gambling begin. Now, we've done no thinking about this during the break, or at least I haven't.
It's true.
But we'll talk about anything but this show during the break. As a matter of fact...
Keep it fresh.
I sometimes lament the fact that we have to actually talk about the show during the show. I wish we could just keep those conversations going.
Want to go back to the F4?
I can complain about my garbage man showing up at 6:45 in the morning or United Airlines.
Adam, that is basically what we do during the show.
That's true. Yeah. All right, so Andy, you wanted to gamble. You go first. What is up with Jessica's past? As you know, when we gamble on the show, we gamble on people's past. What kind of family did they come from? What is their history? 14.
Okay, here, first of all, I think she knows more than what she's letting up to know about this guy's killer.
All right,
but that's not going to get you a dollar.
That's not going to get the bond?
No way.
This
is the past.
What is her family history that created Jessica as we know her today?
Okay, I don't think there was a lot. I think she was abused, not sexually, but physically.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that she's from a divorced family.
What?
And then she's living with her mom.
Everyone's divorced and living with
has
their mom, but
That's all right. That's all right.
All right, but that's solid.
Physically abused by maybe the
physical
dad.
abuse by dad.
physical abuse by dad, and then transferred on to mom when dad left.
Well, mom just kept doing it.
Wow,
that's good.
So that's like,
yeah,
that's kind of 4 to 1 odds.
I'll give you
isn't it?
another dollar out of my wallet if all of that went down that way, and another slice of that beautiful apple pie. All right, Drew, go ahead.
Oh, me?
Well, you want me to go?
Yeah.
Got the little girl voice, 14. I don't know what the connection of self-mutilation, but I'm going with physical violence too, usually, because it's a way of taking control over yourself. And the little girl voice, but I'm going with some physical abuse and a little sexual abuse.
What age? Because I'm going for both too.
I'm going sexual abuse 5.
Okay.
5.5.
You're going for both?
No. Yeah.
The odds go down there. That's like 2 to 1.
That's right.
I'm going sexual abuse and
Okay,
physical
good.
abuse.
I'm going heroin addicted or addicted dad,
Mhm.
physically abusive, sexual abuse at 8, not dad.
Not dad.
And,
neighbor,
and
uncle?
divorce. You're both
And-
saying that,
yeah,
that
yeah.
divorce.
Yeah.
That's a given.
Neighbor, uncle?
It just because of the chaos in the home, somebody.
And what about her knowing more than?
We'll see. Let's get this out.
All right. Well, there's always some substance abuse in a family like this.
I'm picking 8.
Okay, all right. Jessica?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk about your past.
Okay.
Where's your dad?
My dad doesn't live that far away.
Okay, when did your parents break up?
When I was like 5.
5. Ooh, good. Did he beat on you at all?
Oh no.
Oh, come on, you sure?
Yeah.
Oh, the humanity. I hate it when I gamble on a parent that doesn't beat their child.
Your children, your parents never ever struck you or hit you or anything?
Oh no.
Never.
Okay, I believe that. And any sexual abuse?
Yeah, I think so when I was really little.
About 5?
It was by a babysitter.
Uh-huh.
The old babysitter.
So I got sexual abuse so far. Now, how old were you with the babysitter?
I was 4.
4 or 5?
Yeah.
Nice memory.
I'm just trying to get it up to 5. This was done by a babysitter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And it was a friend of the family or something?
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah.
And did you ever tell anybody?
No.
How long did it go on for?
Till I was 6. And then I got a new babysitter.
And that was a better babysitter?
Yeah.
And
Were you victimized again later on?
No.
Never again,
No.
nothing, no boyfriends, you're a virgin.
Yeah.
except for the sexual abuse.
Well, we don't know what went on there. But hey, this was a man?
It was a boy.
Yeah, like
He was a teenager.
when you were 4 or 5, something like that. Okay, and then your parents got divorced when you were 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And what's your dad do for a living?
He works in an office. I'm not really sure on that.
He works inside, though.
Yeah.
He has a light over his head and carpet on his feet?
Yeah.
Don't know what your dad does?
No, I don't really pay attention to what they do.
I understand.
What?
You like if someone said to you, "Hey, is your dad an insurance salesman, or is he a manager?" You wouldn't know which one he was. Like, you wouldn't have any idea.
Probably most likely the manager one.
You put your money on the manager.
Yeah.
Is there any drug or alcohol use in your family?
What?
Any drug or alcohol use in your family?
No.
I think my dad's an astronaut. I heard him tell me. He said astronaut or pilot, but pilot, astronaut, or pirate. He talked about once too, but I'm not sure.
My parents are really good friends, though.
Yeah. You
Oh.
think your mom knows what your dad does?
Yeah.
Okay. You ought to ask her one day. Be curious, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what I like about this Jessica? She don't sweat the details. Oh, my friend got shot. Where? I don't know. What happened? I don't know. You guys good friends? I don't know.
Can we double or nothing if she... Well, she can't say if she knows.
All right, so no.
That's not what we bet on. We bet on what makes the personality
And I
characteristics.
specifically said, can we double or nothing?
All right, but listen.
That's not what we bet on. We don't bet on what makes the we bet on what makes the personality characteristics
Oh,
of
the
the
history.
president. Yeah.
So, Jessica.
Yeah.
You got sexually abused when you were about 5 years old.
Yeah.
And now you mutilate.
Yeah.
So you got to get a little therapy for that,
You gotta
right?
get some treatment.
Okay.
Okay.
You got to
And-
work
and
on that.
What's up with your friend? We don't know, and I'm sorry, but any kind of stress is going to cause you to start acting out with those old dysfunction ways. That's all your brain has at its disposal to manage overwhelming affect.
Right.
Okay. It's almost like these sexual experiences. I've been thinking a lot of time in airports and planes to think about these things lately.
No kidding.
And there's two things I was thinking. One was, that they're so overwhelming that they tend to sort of almost overload the brain's capacity to handle unpleasant feelings. Like the stress systems become sort of burned out.
Right.
So anytime a stressful circumstance comes up, they don't have the usual internal strategies, no regulatory systems.
No
So you got to
coping
find
system.
something to do it. And
Right.
the other thing, it tends to wall off a piece of the self as bad. That's that bad part of me that got abused. And the only way that then they can ever get in touch with that bad part again is by sort of reenacting.
Right.
They're all sort of split off from that bad part otherwise.
She did sound kind of split off.
Oh, yeah.
All right, but I get the $3 because I went with the sexual abuse around 5. Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, boys. Hi, Andy. Don't worry. You'll be back in another year. You can
There'll be
gamble again. Andy Lauer is our guest. We'll take ourselves a little break, and we'll be back after this.
Let's have some more fun.
Okay, let's do it. Call LoveLine 1-800-LOVE-191.
LoveLine will be right back.
Well, here's how it's sampled.
Yep. Adam Carolla is Dr. Drew. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. We're going to take a quick 10-second timeout. We'll be back with more of the fabulous show in just 10 seconds.
This is LoveLine on
Radio
Station.
Oh, don't do it. It's Loveline. I'm Adam. That's Drew. Our good friend David Allen Greer will be in here tomorrow night. Always a handful, that David Allen. A little too smart for his own good. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. He's here talking about Gun Shy. That has Sandra Bullock and Liam Neeson in it, and also who's the good actor that I'm trying to think of? Oliver Platt. There we go. And that is currently out. You can find all those folks as well as Andy in this movie.
His good friends call him Ale.
Ale. And also, he's got himself a short film. But where would we see this short?
This is at film festivals. As a matter of fact, on February 17th at Raleigh Studios. It's in Los Angeles, Angel City Film Festival.
All right.
At 8 p.m.
And they'll run a handful of these, right?
They will. They will. It is indeed an entertaining eve.
Yeah, where's that Raleigh Studios? Are we at the Raleigh? Where the hell?
Near Paramount.
It's right in there,
Bronson,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Steve?
Yeah.
You're 17.
Yeah.
What's up?
I can orgasm when I masturbate, but I can't do it when I'm having sex with my girlfriend.
Are you nervous when you're with your girlfriend?
Well, the first time I kind of was, and then nothing happened. I don't know. She started getting sore and everything, so I just stopped. And then, I don't know, I tried to, stop masturbating so I would, look forward to it more,
Right.
Or be more sensitive or whatever.
Yes.
And it didn't work.
So you've only tried it twice with her?
No, 3 times.
You relax.
You'll work it out.
Relax. Just relax. It's I'm sure anxiety that's keeping you from having this.
Do you ever suggest to someone have a glass of wine before sex?
Adam does all the time.
Yeah, and a Quaalude. Oh, that's for them, actually, so I can have sex. It's not so I can perform. It's so they can hold still so I can perform.
But
so
then,
they'll let me
are
perform.
you not advocating alcoholism or?
I didn't say it.
You just said it, Andy.
I didn't say it.
Hey, Steve.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. You've been going at yourself pretty steady for, 3-4 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're kind of used to your own grip.
Mm-hmm.
And now you're with a woman, and it's a little confusing. Something a little different. But that's all right. You'll work it out.
Well, should I, I don't know, try and...
Now, here's the whole problem, Steve. More thinking equals less semen. You understand?
Yeah.
You're freaking yourself out. You're devising strategies.
Well,
You just shut up. You don't need to.
Just
You're
relax.
17.
Relax.
This is your first girlfriend, right?
No.
You've had other girlfriends.
Yeah.
Any problem with the others?
Same thing. Well, it only happened once with them, and... Yeah.
You take it slow. You don't freak yourself out.
Should I talk to her about it at all?
Yeah. That's right.
Man.
Open
the floodgates of communication.
Absolutely. We talk about this periodically, but it's worth bringing up again. Guys and girls, I don't know why I think guys more. I think there's more to work out. I mean, girls have to work stuff out emotionally, sexually. Guys need to work things out physically, mechanically, sexually, and all guys, and I guess all girls too, have that one person that's their break-in person. We can all look back and think on that person that you had a few dates, a few one-night stands, a few hits, a few misses, and then somehow, somewhere between 16 and 21, you get hooked up with that one person. You try every position, you drip a little wax, you work it all out, and from that person on, you're okay. You've got it all worked out. You know, all the mechanics are down. You know, you've done every position. You know exactly how everything works. You know what does work, what doesn't work. That is your break-in person. You get that person, and everything else is your confidence is there after that, and that's what young Steve has to do. And this could be the person. All right, I found that person when I was 32. It was my mom. Katie?
Hi.
You're 14.
Yep.
What's up?
I've been smoking wood for about a year, and I've been lately. After I smoke, I have like these breathing problems, and my throat's been hurting lately.
You can get an emphysema from this. Not at your age, but you might be getting some of the airway damage, sort of a chronic bronchitis, basically.
Well, you got to smoke more and kind of break on through.
Yeah, no, you're starting to hurt yourself from the drug.
Yeah, I mean the phone screener said that it might be emphysema, like where it hurts in my throat.
No, what hurts your throat is just some sort of chronic irritation, or maybe you're getting a viral infection. But it's funny breathing and all that is the chronic bronchitis. It's not you don't get emphysema in a year. It takes years and years, but you can get chronic bronchitis pretty quickly.
And it can't happen like at this young, right? This age.
It's one of those nights, huh?
Hey, Stoner?
Hmm?
That's the big problem. It's not really the breathing, it's more the listening. You understand? Drew's been telling you what's been going on for 5 minutes, and you haven't listened to it.
Nothing happened. Nothing went in. Oh. Exactly.
You're 14 years old. You're too young. Stop smoking the weed.
I don't smoke that often.
How often?
Twice a month, 3 times a month.
3 times a month?
Yeah.
Didn't you say you were smoking a lot of weed lately?
Oh, I've just been feeling it lately, the breathing problems.
Well, maybe you just have asthma. And the pot's just making that worse.
I've had asthma tests at the doctor's office.
What'd they say?
They said I didn't have it.
All right. Well,
you know what? I had that, and then I couldn't breathe through my nose, and it wasn't fun anymore. That's why I stopped smoking pot.
Hey, Katie?
Yeah?
All right, so take it easy on your brain. You're 14.
Okay.
All right, start eating brownies.
Now, the one thing they did show was that in males under the age of 15, you actually get right frontal lobe shrinkage over a year of marijuana exposure.
Well, who needs all that weight in your head? If you think about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think those kids have an advantage.
Just replace it with a little fluid.
That's right. Nothing like a little fluid in there. Lee?
Hey, how's it going, fellas?
Good.
I've got a question real quick. My girlfriend's discharge has been looking like kind of like melted chocolate. What's up with that?
Yikes.
Mm-hmm. You add a little marshmallow sauce to that, and you got yourself a sundae.
Graham crackers.
Yeah, you guys just lay the graham cracker down on top of the comforter and go to town. You got s'mores.
Hey, it sounds like a plan, but I don't know, man.
All right, Drew, what is that?
That's the dark stuff is usually blood.
Yeah, but she's been off her period for 3-4 days now.
No, that's okay.
It's still cool.
Well, the dark stuff is blood, but whether or not there's something else going on, there's no way I can tell. Even a yeast infection can do this. Sometimes other sources of vaginitis, which can be infection, or even chlamydia can do this. So it's
tasty.
How old is she?
16.
You're 19?
Yep.
That's a big 3 years there.
Yeah.
Come on now, it's barely any.
No.
Oh, come on. You know it's
26 and 23 is barely any.
Are you hung, dude? She's probably bleeding internally.
No.
What?
Oh, please.
I don't know. It's been a while.
Lee, you should be in your second year of college. If you were going to college. And she's in the 10th or 11th grade, right?
She's senior.
Senior?
Yep.
It's 16?
Yep.
She
about to turn 17 real quick.
All right.
On a mental note, don't let kids skip grades.
No. And what are you doing?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, I work. I don't go to school.
Where do you work?
I work for a paint store.
All right. So it's looking pretty bright, that future.
She needs to be seen and examined, get cultures done, have regular pap smears, do all the things that she should be doing for her reproductive health now that she's a sexually active adult.
Yeah, she's on the pill. Would that have any...
Yep, that can all affect it.
could it? So
Mhm.
that's
All right.
probably what it is.
Hey, Lee, don't assume. I don't know how many times I can state this. She's got to go in and get it looked at just to be sure, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Little issue of underage sex.
All right,
Well,
Lee.
In actually most states, that's okay.
Yeah.
Within 3 years, as long as it's within 3 years of California, that would have been okay.
It would have?
Yeah.
19 and 16?
19, it's within 3 years.
Yeah,
of
but not if one is over 18 and the other's under 18. I thought that was
No.
a stipulation.
No, I think no.
Are you sure?
Are you sure? Because we grew up here in
They changed
in
a lot.
California.
They changed a law
Yeah.
a year and a half ago.
Oh man.
Really?
Because I
Yeah.
think a buddy of mine did time for that.
What?
It used to be 18 absolute. Then they made it within 3 years of that age.
That's a new one. I did not know that.
I'm not so sure Drew's right about that. Anyway.
Well, where is that? Where is our board that has all that stuff on it?
Connie?
Back there?
Yes.
Connie, you're 24. What's up?
Yeah, I was wondering what I could do about this problem I've been having for 3 years. My tongue and my palate and my uvula and all the surrounding areas of my throat keeps twitching. And I've been back and forth to the doctors, and they don't know what to do about it. They don't know what
Maybe your head's moving.
Is it twitching like sort of clicking in the back, like something you could do voluntarily?
like a pulse. Or
Is
in the
it
morning it's fine.
Or is
but,
it fluttering? Like
yeah, it's fluttering.
almost like a blood. If you looked at your palate, it kind of looks like it's flapping.
Yes, it does.
Okay.
I look in the mirror and the tongue is kind of looks like somebody's poking it, but it's doing it by itself.
Yeah.
It's been going on for 3 years.
You never did drugs?
No, never ever.
Did you ever have any head injuries?
When I was 18, I was running down the stairs and I didn't know that somebody had mopped the floor and I had slipped and hit the back of my head. But doctors say that that's highly unlikely because it happened so long ago.
The only time I've ever seen this.
You got a boyfriend?
No, I don't. Not right now. No.
Wow, what a waste.
Right.
With that oscillating uvula back there and that sliding palate, it's like a plate.
Yeah.
And they're sliding all over the place.
It gives you the gag sensation, like you're going to gag, like you're gagging. It's constantly twitching.
I take the gag as a compliment.
Do you have any other symptoms at all?
And
Any other neurologic problems at all?
just those things that I mentioned.
Your thinking is clear. Your moods are good.
Right. But this kind of puts me in a bad mood, gives me mood swings. Cause
Yeah.
I guess when I get stressed out, it progresses.
You never did.
I had an MRI, and they said everything came back normal, so
Yeah.
they don't know what to tell me. My chiropractor
Hold on one second. She sounds a little wacky.
Yeah, but
a little wacky from her.
Yeah,
she's checking everything out.
Yeah, but she's. Let's see. Let me talk to her.
Right.
I don't know.
I'm getting a little whack vibe.
She's calling our show. What do you expect?
It's true.
Connie. Yes. So you saw a neurologist?
Yeah, I saw a neurologist.
And they didn't have a name for it?
No, they didn't.
And what'd your chiropractor say?
The chiropractor gave me an X-ray and told me that I had subluxation of the spine, and every bone in my spine is pinching a nerve which controls that part of the throat.
No, that's BS.
My doctor doesn't believe it.
That's baloney.
Connie, hold on. Let me tell you something about chiropractors.
Okay.
First off, chiropractor is really a lot like places that do brake inspections, free brake inspections.
Right.
You want to know why it's free? Because they're going to find something wrong with the car. You can buy a new car on one side of the street, never driven a mile in its life, drive it across the street for a new brake inspection, and the guy will tell you probably need to turn the rotors and put some new pads in these things.
Yeah.
This is what chiropractors do. I'm telling you, these guys are quacks. They don't do anything.
Well,
there's nothing a good. I save all your money, get a nice rub down, and a little therapy. That's what'll take the place of chiropractic.
All right.
These guys are not real doctors. They're all in great shape. Real doctors aren't in that kind of shape. You know why? They work. They have to go to school. They ain't working out and hanging out in a tan salon all day. There's these chiropractors, always like a muscle man, these guys. I always think to myself, where do you got all this time to work out? And then I think, you don't read. That's what it is. You go to the gym. You don't have to study. You don't go to those conferences. You don't meet with, pharmaceutical manufacturers and play golf. You don't do any of that. You just work out and yank on people and tell them what's wrong with their back. Everyone has something wrong with their back.
They clear your sinus, though.
Well, here's the deal.
You get a nice rub down, a nice and a happy release at the end of it. You know, with the suds, where the chick gets naked and rubs on you, like a James Bond film. That's better than any chiropractor.
That's what my doctor was saying. She doesn't believe in
Connie. This is a sign of a very subtle dysfunction in the brainstem. Okay.
That is the brainstem.
Yeah, and they're the midbrain area, and there is no amount of pressures in the world. I mean, there are people that fall and nearly break their neck and bang that part of the brain. All kinds of things happen, and nothing comes of it. But occasionally, you can get a little bleeding into that area. Or what I've seen this is from tiny little strokes from IV drug use. That's the only time I've ever seen this particular phenomenon. That's why I knew about it. Literally looks like wings fluttering. It looks like this when they
Your palate?
open their mouth. It's just going like that.
Your uvula?
Wow.
The soft palate, the soft part. It's just going like.
So
that
anything she
constantly.
can do? That sounds kind of annoying. A twitching.
No, I don't.
uvula.
Probably anti-seizure medication might, something like Neurontin might have some effect, but that's about it.
Brett,
Yeah.
you're 18. What's up?
What's up, Drew?
Hey, Brett.
Adam, tonight, me and my girlfriend, we kind of got a little out of hand and had sex, and I used the pull-out method. She's been telling me for a couple of weeks that she's been, she's about to have her period, and she's PMSing. Actually, a couple days, I'm sorry.
By the way,
Yeah,
got out of hand.
And I was wondering, what are the...
Yeah, Brett, it got out of hand.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It snowballed.
It was like a heat-seeking missile. Got out of hand.
All right. So what happened?
What are the odds of her getting pregnant now?
Let's say 3.4. Yeah.
Add the 4 minus carry.
About 37, 38%.
No, I mean, like, about that...
Hold on. Check. Go see which way the wind's blowing out there, Drew, so we can really narrow this down.
Drew, you need to help me out here.
Brett, you need to take you need to have her take the morning after pill.
Really?
Absolutely.
Yes. Let me explain the pull-out method. You got to pull the car out of the garage and go get the morning after pill.
Well, that means tomorrow.
There or now. Do you live in the state of Washington?
No, California.
Well, talk Planned Parenthood, her doctor.
But I know from health class that there's a certain, time of the month that's perfect to have sex, right?
Yeah, but you don't know when that is.
Do you know when it is?
No, you can't know when that is, basically.
really?
And you ain't. There's nothing about this time that you've described with her that makes this safe.
Yeah.
So go get the morning after pill. Really,
All
why would you not do that, Brett? It will take the risk of pregnancy essentially away.
Yeah, I know, but I use the pull-out method, and I just,
Brett?
Yeah.
She could get pregnant that way. There's a lot of sperm released without you knowing it before you ejaculate.
That's true. I should do it.
Get the morning after pill, and then don't worry about it.
Yep.
All right?
Are you gonna go, dude? You're not gonna go.
What?
Are you gonna go?
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I promise.
All right, and get her on the pill while you're checking into that.
I'm not gonna screw up my life.
Good, and get her on the pill.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll try. All right. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right, Brett. You sounded fairly lucid. I know we talk about this once a week, and I go nuts every time. I'm not going to go nuts this time, but I just want to know, why can't we get this pill out there? Why can't we get this morning after pill out there? Why is it so scary? Why so dangerous? What is the controversy?
Forget that even. Let's assume the controversy exists. Why do people that listen to this show, who I run into throughout the country, come up to me and say, so you support that RU-46? I hear you talking about it all the time.
I don't understand it at all.
No, I don't support that at all.
And that's not what we're talking about. This is not an abortion pill. I don't know how much more clear we can be on this topic, and I don't know why it's not a layup for the government or for the powers that be to get this pill out to everybody. I don't know why.
By the way, there's a huge study about what the use in Europe. There have been so far. Think of any medications that fits this bill. 0 cases of adverse events from emergency contraception.
Right.
0.
Right.
There you go.
Okay. I don't. Here's what I'm interested in for this country. I want the evidence to be weighed, and then we proceed from there.
Accordingly.
I don't give a good rat's ass what your own particular political affiliations or religious affiliations are. I don't care about your personal feelings. That's between you, your husband, your wife, your church, and your kids. But when you're talking about government, you do what makes sense.
It works. It works.
Whatever's safe, whatever's effective, whatever makes sense, that's what you do. If handing out clean needles to junkies is going to stop the spread of AIDS, you give them the clean needles. If
condoms prevent STDs?
You give them the condoms. And if this morning after pill can stop abortions or unwanted pregnancies, then you make it legal.
There is another piece to too. Abstinence training is looking like it's working.
Really?
That's going too far. I know.
Well,
kinda. Yeah.
No, that's true. It's the data on abstinence only program looks very good.
Well, it'll put a dent in it, but how big a piece of the pie?
If it's even 1%, that's enough.
Well, the point
That's
is
not enough.
Well, here's my thing. Why can't we do both?
Well, you do it all. You do a mixture of a
Why
cocktail.
why can't this
a cocktail
coexist?
of preventive.
Right. Abstinence only training and condoms for the people that make other choices.
Yeah, but I don't understand why something that is safe has to be prescribed this way. I mean, something that's safe and effective, why does it have to be prescribed? Why is it legal in Washington State without a prescription, and why do we need one here in California?
Local autonomy.
What is up with that?
States' rights.
It's and who voted on this? When was this vote?
Washington voted to legalize it.
It was the legislature.
When was our vote? Did we have a vote on it?
You vote to move to Washington. That's what your
Here's
vote
what you can
is.
do in Washington, in California. You can put up the referendums. What are those things called? Where people sign a big petition. And
proposition.
Proposition. Yeah.
Yeah, but then those don't work.
No, it's our government. That's how it works, man.
No, but let me explain something. 10 years ago, there was a proposition to get auto insurance companies to give rebates and lower the rates, blah, blah, blah. Okay. 5 years ago or whenever it was, there was an English-only proposition over here. That never came about. There's always a bunch of propositions that get passed, and then they get held up in the Supreme Court. No one pays any attention to them. They never go into legislation. I mean, think about it. Yeah. Where's my goddamn rebate from 1988 for my auto insurance? You got that check in the mail?
But this would seem more black and white. In Oregon, you can euthanize people. In Washington, you can...
Good.
Take emergency contraception without a prescription.
Tony.
That's why it's
move to the Pacific Northwest.
That's why it's the greatest state in the union.
Yes, and now why we can't do that in a progressive California, I'll never know.
Why don't you, by the way, thank the For Him magazine people for bringing your pie, huh?
HFS,
FHM.
FHM. FHM. I don't read, so I'm not a fan of it.
You ate the pie.
All right, thanks for bringing the pie, you guys. Well, they bring you the pie, so you talk about them on the radio.
Hello?
Is that what we're doing? All right, Tony?
Yeah.
Well, you act like they just dropped the pie off for no good reason. They
Hello?
bring you the pie, so you talk about it on
but
the
then you
air.
embarrassed us by brooding in here instead of talking to the people.
I showed up late. I had to study for the show. I had to read up on Andy. Tony?
Yeah.
All right, what's up?
I'm having fantasies about guys. I don't know if that means I'm gay.
It helps. you
gay?
sound a little
Pretty
gay.
good inclination.
Excuse me?
You think you're gay?
Not really, because I actually like girls, but sometimes you just think about guys or picture guys naked or something.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. I mean, maybe it's a tough thing for young males often to sort of allow into their awareness, sort of fully embrace, because it's tough. It goes against what you sort of conceive for yourself. It really changes your whole self-concept and what life's going to be like, and God knows in this society with young people the way they are, it can be dangerous and painful.
And your parents might be a little freaked out and all that stuff.
Right.
But don't worry.
No, but the problem is when I was younger, this boy that I used to go like hang out with, my brother used to hang out with, like he messed with me and stuff.
What'd he do?
Like sexual stuff.
Now, how old were you?
About 10 or younger than that.
How old was he?
And I don't think.
How old was he?
He's like 5 years older than me, so like 15 probably at the time.
Well, certainly on this program, at least, we hear a lot of that as sort of some sort of inciting influence in all this. But it is what it is.
Right. So does it have anything to do with being thinking this way, or?
It has something to do with it, but it doesn't change what it is.
No, but if you're sort of on the cusp and you're having some thoughts about it, this could be part of the reason you're having those thoughts.
Right.
Any way you slice it, you're having those thoughts, so don't beat yourself up. But just take it slow and see where it goes.
All right.
All right, Tony.
Thanks a lot.
All right, good luck to you there. Burns during sex. I
Oh,
want
yeah.
to talk to this guy, yeah. I'll
Number
talk
one?
to Karen.
We gotta take a break, though.
Yeah, I see you, Anderson. Karen, you're 22.
Hello?
What's up?
Oh, okay. I was seeing a guy for about 2 years. He's 31,
Yeah.
and I had ended the relationship with him a few months ago. And a month after that, he started seeing it. I said the lady was, she's 16, but she might have just turned 17.
Yeah.
So,
All right, well, that's a totally different situation.
Forget it.
Yeah. And
so I was wondering why, my first question is, do you think a 22-year-old and a 31-year-old is a healthy relationship?
We're okay with that.
That's okay?
Yeah.
No.
Yes.
No. No.
We're
Yes.
okay with that.
You're okay with that. How about a 31?
all right, hold on a second. We gotta do a little LoveLine recreation here. First question: do you think a 21-year-old? No. First question. Do you think a 22-year-old and a 31-year-old is a healthy relationship?
We think that can be okay.
No.
No.
We can think, no, it's okay.
No.
Yeah.
No! No! Get out! Okay. We're going to take a little break. We'll find out what other questions Karen's going to answer for us.
She's in denial
now. No, her ex is dating a 16 or 17-year-old. She's pissed off about it, and we'll talk to her more about that after this.
LoveLine with Adam Carolla and Dr. Drew. 1-800-LOVE, 191. We'll be right back.
It's Loveline. I'm Adam Carolla. It's Dr. Drew. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. You know him from all the seasons on Caroline in the City and now Gun Shy, which has Liam Neeson and Sandra Bullock and is out in theaters as we speak. And when we left off, we were talking to Karen. Karen is 22, broke up with her boyfriend.
31-year-old. Nope.
No.
Who's 31, and he began dating a 16 or 17-year-old, and now...
No, if it were 17...
Yeah, that's a totally different story. And her question is... Karen?
There's a difference between 16 and 17?
Nope, we're just kidding.
Oh, okay.
No difference.
Well, one of my questions was, the first one, I don't know if I got it right. Is it all right for a 22-year-old to go out with a 31-year-old?
Yes.
No.
No, okay.
Yes.
No, it is okay.
It is okay.
I believe yes.
Yes.
Karen, it's okay.
We're going to make an exception for you.
We're generally okay with that.
All right.
How about the 16 and the 16?
No.
We prefer 14, 15, but if you got to go 16, 17, fine.
We wouldn't even be happy about a 16, 17-year-old with a 19-year-old.
Now, what possesses a guy to do something like that?
Possession is the right term.
Yeah, what does he possess that makes him do that?
The devil.
Mm.
Semen, testicles, a car. There's a whole bunch of factors here. All right? He's not a great guy, Karen.
Bad guy.
Okay?
Yes.
Do you think he's doing that out of revenge?
No, but he's doing it because he can.
Lust.
He's an idiot. That's why he's doing it.
He's an idiot, and nobody's stopping him.
Really?
That is why.
So he's not worth waiting for?
No, he's proved that.
Now, what's wrong with you, Karen, that you'd even think about waiting for him?
No, because I was with him for 2 years, and I really fell for him and everything, and I feel that...
again, just for Andy's sake.
Hey, Karen, where's your dad?
Yeah.
How far away is he? Or how old were you when he left?
My parents were divorced. He left when I was, I think, 18, 17.
That's it? He was around the whole time?
That was my guess.
Drinking and beating you?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
That's the deal.
Two choices. Either Dad left when you were 4 or 5, or he hung around, which is even worse.
Yeah.
And he was abusive, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's why you've chosen another abusive male. This guy's another abuser. You know, you can... I'll think about this. I have a lot of time to think this weekend, sitting in airports.
I had a lot of time to drink.
You can... You know, we talk... In this show, we talk a lot about the automatic behavior that our listeners get into. You know, we know that this woman had an abusive dad. We know it.
Yes.
But the reality is a little bit of consciousness about this, and she could make other choices.
Yes.
Maybe not great choices, but she could make better choices.
Yes.
Go ahead. Feel free. Make better choices. That's free will. You don't have free will until you have some awareness. So you have consciousness.
I never quite...
Then you have free will.
I never quite articulate this as eloquently as it sounds in my own head when I'm thinking about it. Or I can't be as passionate about it as I can relate over the radio. But listen, everybody, I don't know why in this country we don't put a premium on psychology. It is the biggest, most important thing you can do for your life, for your family, what have you. Hold on. I'm on a roll here.
I'm just saying we're going to create it in the media.
When you figure out how your life works, what your past was, how it permeates your life today, how it affects your decision-making today, the world is your oyster. I mean, because that's all the world is. Break it down. That's what it is. I mean, we talk about mastery of sports, and we talk about mastery of subjects, and we talk about degrees, and we talk about business, and we talk about many things. But what we don't talk about very much as a society is this subject. And so you spend a lot of time working toward diplomas that don't end up doing you much good. Yeah, you make a few more bucks. Sure, you drive a bigger car, but you're still a slave to your past. And if you spend just a little time working on this stuff, magically, things work out. Your life gets better. You don't hook up with the same abusive guy over and over. You're not damned to a prison sentence, which is your life. Your dad treated you X, Y, and Z way. You spend your entire life acting out in X, Y, and Z way.
Being the person who's treated by the males
That's right.
in that way.
And you think you grow out of this? You think this goes away? It gets steeper. You get deeper into it. It gets more acute. A little psychology, though, it goes away. Now, why we don't treat this as an important aspect of life in our society, I don't know. Why we hear about every president going to church. Every one of them we see going to church. Do they ever talk about going to a therapist? No. Do I give a rat's ass about Clinton going to church? That's a photo op. He's abusing interns. He's doing God knows what. He's feeling up every chick that gets within one of his paws. But it's important to see him standing out front of church on Sunday. I want a president who says, I ain't going to church Sunday. I'm going to therapy on Sunday. I'm going to try to hash out a few problems.
Amen.
That's the guy I'll vote for. You wouldn't even get elected in this country if you said, I don't go to church, I go to a therapist.
That's right. Or if they saw you cry.
Right. I want a guy who gets in there and works out his problems. Not a guy who goes to church and takes a picture and then gives himself a Hummer when the cameras are put away.
Therapy is a sign of weakness in our society.
It is. And it's frustrating, and I wish more people would work on it. And let me tell you, everybody, the joke's on you, because you're damned to the life that your parents created for you otherwise. That's right. Now, listen, here's my thing. Just get out of my way. I don't want to deal with you, you idiots.
Upset, man. It's one plane.
Nicole?
Hello?
You're 24.
Yeah, hi. First, I just want to say I saw Dr. Drew last week when he came to Champaign, and it was great to see you. He did a really great job.
Oh, thanks. Without Adam, huh?
Yeah, it was good.
That was a beautiful... My dad went to that school.
I know.
What school? At University of Illinois. It was a beautiful campus. Beautiful. And a great room, big old room.
Mm-hmm.
Nice, very nice.
Oh, yeah, the running cheapskates. What's the name of the team over there? The mascot is Joey the Miser. Where? He carries a large penny and pinches it in one hand. What is Drew's dad's very cheap. Your dad was an Illini?
Yeah.
That is the worst name for a college team in the history of college names. Illinois? Illini. It's like, hey, what team do you go to? I go to UCLA. I play for the Southern California guys. I play for the Californians. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is like that's just pretty much just name the team after the state,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Could have thought that went out just a little more. No one saw a badger or a gopher or
Honest Abe's even.
Yeah, I mean, couldn't the log cabins or something? You just name it after the state. What kind of thinking is that?
Anyway.
All right. So Drew was over there, and it was fantastic, right?
Exactly.
And why wasn't I there, Drew?
Because you will not take planes from one place to another.
No, because I'm done with this nickel and dime crap.
That's right.
Drew would travel cross country to steal a piece of corn off a bingo card if he thought he could sell it for a nickel. Anything for money, that son of a bitch. Not me. I have integrity.
What's up, Nicole? Yeah.
Okay, I donated blood, and the blood bank rejected my blood because it had high liver enzymes.
Right.
They tested for hepatitis A, B, C, D, whatever.
Yeah.
And I don't have it.
Good.
That was a while back, and I got it tested again. I thought it might go away, but it didn't. So I want to know what it means, what it could be, but I also want to know if I shouldn't drink. Does this mean I should not drink?
It means you should not drink until you figure out what's going on. Had you been drinking a lot at the time the blood tests were done?
No, not excessively.
Are you overweight?
No.
Are you have high cholesterol?
No, I got my cholesterol tested too.
Because there are other reasons for liver enzymes to go up, something called a fatty liver, which can happen from excessive weight or from high lipids and cholesterol. Alcohol, obviously, can do it. Medication can do it. You want any medication? Even birth control pills?
No.
Nothing?
I mean, if I was on birth control pills a long time ago, does that?
Shouldn't. Right now, anything?
So
Even Tylenol?
No, nothing.
Nothing. You ought to have a liver ultrasound, and it ought to be checked out. I would send somebody to a liver specialist myself if I couldn't figure this out. But you're getting the right workup done. Get an ultrasound.
Hey, Drew.
Yeah.
Not for me, but for a friend. Those medications that say don't drink with these.
Yeah, the ones you always drink with? I mean, your friend drinks always with?
That to me, listen, when I see the sticker that says don't drink with this, it's like when I come up and it says 4-way stop sign. You know, that means don't even slow down. You know what I mean? They shouldn't have put the 4-way. That now I got the green light.
Well, see,
I ain't slowing down.
I saw yours. You got a little martini glass with a cross through it, with bubbles coming up.
Yeah, I mean, when I see that sleeping pill that says no alcohol with this, I think now we're going to unlock its real potential. That's the way I think. Now, is that bad for my liver, or is that just because it's going to jack me up? Because if it's a jack me up part, I'm all right with that.
It depends what medicine is, but for the most part, it's gonna really lay you out.
Is that?
Yeah.
I mean, most medications that say don't drink with this.
No.
Not most.
No. The
Some.
ones I know you take.
Oh, you don't even know because I got other doctor friends.
All right.
I got Dr. Bruce under my thumb,
geez.
too.
I mean, there are things like...
He's scoring for me in Mexico right now.
Metronidazole flagyl, if you take, you'll get sicker than hell.
A doctor that needs to score in Mexico. Oh, man.
What is that?
It's an antibiotic.
Oh, no. No, I'm talking about drugs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I know
Not antibiotics.
I know
what those are. All right, so with the stuff I have, when it says no boozing with it, that just means it's just going to kick it up a notch, right?
Quite a bit.
Nice.
Yeah.
Not that much.
Potentially, yeah.
Okay. All right. Just checking that out. All right, for a friend. Let's
go to break.
We'll go to break.
Yeah.
All right. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. Gunshy is the name of his latest movie. Got Liam Neeson and Sandra Bullock in it.
Have you met her?
I met her.
Drew has?
Yeah.
Where?
We walked together through the Teen Choice Award line. She was one of the nicest people. I mean, one of the most.
Isn't she great?
But I mean, like radiant, like a really nice person.
But she wasn't producing that.
Yeah, she wasn't producing the.
No, she was. We were just walking
not
through.
Cracking the whip.
No.
What the hell did I
Otherwise,
walk
she's
through?
great.
All right, so no, I've never met Sandra Bullock. I've never met Liam Neeson. We got to get those guys on the show.
You know me.
Andy can bring him up.
Can you bring him up? Are you guys on speaking terms?
Well, I am with Allah.
Oh, that's short for Oliver Platt. All right. We'll take ourselves a little break. We'll be back after this.
LoveLine, 1-800-LOVE-191. Back in a minute.
Well, it's worth hearing.
All right. It is LoveLine. Adam, that's true. Andy Lauer is our guest tonight. Andy is all this years on Caroline in the City, and now...
I'm on TV right now.
Gunshot. Oh, you are? Syndication?
Yeah.
Oh, you
The
son
gift
of a
that keeps
bitch.
giving.
Oh, my God.
It's good stuff.
No kidding. I mean, you can go... you can make shorts about Cuban kids.
Exactly.
I mean, that's what you do. That's what
Exactly.
you do. You go find yourself. You got syndication.
Go out and get sharks cages. Isn't that what you were in last time?
Right. Exactly. Australia, the shark cages.
And another time, I think he was like underneath the polar cap.
Nice pull. You
right.
guys actually listen.
Yeah.
Diving, scuba diving, the North Pole.
Yeah. I don't know why. I don't know. I don't sweat the details in life, but I know about Andy Lauer's life.
We're actually trying to make it to Morocco over the summer. And Morocco, Tunisia,
For what?
Algiers. Just
like going on the polar ice caps.
The only continent I haven't been to is Africa, and it's beckoning.
Andy's one of these guys who has a real yearning and a zest for living, whereas I have a zest for napping.
I say you go 8 months on, 4 months off.
Be honest, you do other things too.
I have a yearning for masturbation, but a zest for napping.
Yeah, that's true.
And a flair for watching TV. I think that's where my gift really lies. I haven't been to any continents. Are we on a continent now?
You see how Adam travels too. He's a serious traveler.
I got the big lovey eye shade, the big
Like
padded
Gilligan's
nappy
Island, Mrs. Howell's eye
one
shade?
with the fur, the fringe on it, eye shade, and I got the earplugs. I got the cocktail in my hand. I got the seat.
See, that's
reclined.
me. That's me
That is?
flying. Oh, flying to Bali or to Thailand or something.
Yeah, that's-
Oh,
that's
man,
flight
I'm-
Orange
That's
County.
me leaving out of Burbank, going to John Wayne.
It's so sad.
That's me going from Orange County to Burbank.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not to Bali. Bali, I think I'd have to. I'd put myself into like a diabetic coma or something, and I'd be shipped in a casket.
Cryotherapy.
You know when that girl
frozen, it'd thaw me in Bali. They'd have to send ahead a support team or something, though, wouldn't they?
They'd
Do they
send,
have
no,
that
they'd
kind of
send Dr.
technology?
Drew. Go get your friend, man.
You'd see to it.
You know,
Thaw
when
'em
that
out.
girl was talking about her liver, I've gotten some crazy stuff over. I got dengue in Cambodia,
Ouch.
in Phnom Penh.
Ouch. That is nasty.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
crazy.
It's similar to malaria. It's transmitted the same way. Different mosquito.
Different mosquito, same pain. I was in a room, a small room with a ceiling fan in Phnom Penh, just sweating it out for
Dengue fever.
a week.
Interesting.
Oh,
how bizarre that comes up tonight. I was teaching my daughter about malaria tonight because it came up in a story.
What kind of story you read?
About
Stories about World War II or something?
Little House on the Prairie, of all things.
Wow. Really?
The original story.
The malaria in there?
Yeah, those days.
Nice segue.
Tanya?
Hi.
You shouldn't be reading to your children anyway, Drew. You should be letting them watch TV. You're 30. What's up?
Hi. I've been having this problem for a long time. The beginning of the relationship, for the first month, everything's fine. I've been going out with my boyfriend for about a year and a half now. And then I start getting burning during intercourse. And
how long into it? Not into the relationship.
Not very long.
Like
how long into the relationship?
No, I mean into the event. A minute?
Yeah.
A
or
minute.
sometimes it doesn't take very long at all. I don't know.
Give me an estimate. A minute?
Yeah, a minute.
Okay.
2 minutes, not very long.
You wouldn't have that problem with me, sister.
Yeah, okay.
Never get that far.
What kind of marathon lovemaking is that?
It doesn't always happen, and
What is your question?
I can't. It's awful. It's just awful. I've been in counseling.
Counseling.
Do they think it's something to do with that, or
I think it's something to do with it because it's only in the beginning of the relationship, and it kicks in when my intimacy issues start coming up.
Oh, well.
And
do you have trouble lubricating at that point too?
Yeah, that's been a problem. I've used lubricants, but the burning's still there. I have a problem with recurrent bladder infections after intercourse.
And you've been all checked out, make sure there's nothing going on.
Yeah, and I'm on macrobid prophylaxis.
Yeah, but you know, Tanya, when you get with a new partner, you get that little disturbance in the flora and fauna down there, and maybe it is the urine infection.
No,
that's it, psychological. You know what's funny about the vagina? I was just thinking about this. The penis has no emotion attached to it.
There's nothing funny
about
it.
It's just like a penis is just a mechanical device, like a steam engine or something. The vagina is like one of these futuristic cyborgs you see in these movies where it's like it's part aluminum and titanium, but yet there's some nerve endings and a brain around it too.
Yeah.
That's what the vagina is, a cyborg. And the penis is just like
a droid.
Yeah, it's a droid.
Yeah.
The penis is just like a steam kettle or
It's
something.
a simple
like
organ.
Barely has any moving parts. It's not really attached to anything. It whistles.
Low maintenance.
When
it's done.
You put the flame under it for too long, it starts to blow. I mean, that's about it. But yeah, the vagina, it's like the woman gets in the wrong frame of mind. It starts drying up. You know, there's mysterious pain that comes. There's emotional stuff attached to it. It just reminds me of that. They're always talking about that in the future. The robot meets the person. That's sort of a fleshy cyborg.
Maybe that's where that fascination comes from.
It's really metaphor for vagina.
Dun, dun,
Interesting.
dun.
I'm going to do a symposium on that at Learning Annex at the UCLA coming up. Helen?
Yeah.
You're 20.
Yeah. I have a history of depression and OCD.
Look at that here too.
Got that little girl voice.
Mm-hmm.
Like I've been sleeping for like I'd say 15 hours a day, and like even when I'm not depressed, I can't get out of bed, and
Well, that's still
That's
depression,
depressed.
though. Yeah.
But
All right, so what happened? We get that.
But the problem is that I've been in therapy for 2 years, and like the medications I take don't help me, and like I feel really frustrated because I've tried so many, and they don't do anything for me, and I don't feel like I can wait another 6 weeks or something for something to kick in.
How many different medicines have you been on?
Well, I'm on 4 right now.
4 different medicines.
What are you on?
Wellbutrin, Zoloft, Helda, and Effexor.
What is your diagnosis? Schizoaffective or something?
OCD, mild Tourette's, and depression.
Did something happen to you? You got that little girl voice. Did you get molested?
Once.
How old were you?
I don't know, 10.
I don't know.
What happened?
I was in a hotel pool, and this stranger just was molesting me under the water.
Nothing else?
My mom had OCD too, and had a really, really rough time with her. She
Before.
was killed 2 years ago in an accident.
Oh boy. All right, so you got your work cut out for you. I mean, you're depressed.
Yeah.
And that's what keeps you in bed.
Yep.
And you get depressed, and your batteries just get drained.
Did they ever talk about ECT to you?
No, I've been in and out of the hospital so many times.
You're going in and out of the hospital.
Yeah.
Psychiatric hospital.
I see.
And every time they put me on a new medication, they're so convinced that it works because I get these mood swings, and then I feel better, and then they think that it's medication,
This is a personality
and I
disorder.
feel worse. I mean, like 2 weeks later, I feel horrible again, and they're convinced that I'm taking it wrong or something. And I talked to my psychiatrist so many times, and he thinks it's working, but it's not. And I think it's all in my head now, and I start to doubt because it's just a horrible cycle, you know, because then I start doubting whether I have depression and stuff like that.
Hey, Helen, you definitely have depression. And it's going to be something you're going to have to fight through and work on, and it's going to be difficult.
You're on a very powerful combination of medicines, and all you can do is keep trying to find something that works.
But part of it is a lifestyle too. I mean, you feel tired, you don't want to get out of bed. Get out of bed. I haven't said this in a while, and I know you always laugh at it. Get out and go on a 5-mile walk.
Right,
Start
go
walking.
fly a kite. Get on a
start moving.
sports team.
I'm not
play
laughing
the
about
clarinet.
that. That's serious.
Let me. I want to say something interesting. I was thinking about the other day. You know, your emotional state will sort of make you the kind of person you are, but your actions will make you the kind of person you are as well. You can be depressed. You can be disorganized. You can be hurting. But you get up and jog 5 miles 5 days a week, and you're the dude who jogs 5 miles every day. I don't care what you feel like inside, and eventually your actions are going to change the way you feel.
You're the dude that screams at his partner when you miss a plane.
Shut up!
No.
Let's go to break.
All right, we'll take a break.
We'll be right back with more LoveLine.
Hey, they're interrupting our important discussion.
Yeah. All right, I want to thank Andy Lauer for coming in here and being a good guy tonight. And again, you can find him in Gunshot. Movie's out as we speak. Tomorrow night, David Allen Greer will be in here. I guarantee that will be a good show because he's always good and he's very combative. I like that.
And very smart.
We will be back in about 22 hours. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Dr. Drew saying mahalo. The world is your oyster. I mean, because that's all the world is.
Well, now. This has been LoveLine. The stuff expressed on LoveLine is not necessarily the stuff of the staff, management, sponsors, or anyone else, including Westwood One Entertainment. LoveLine is produced by Ann Wilkins Ingold. Now, please enjoy these birds.